Hey guys, how's it going tonight? We're out here with a 2009 Honda CBR1000RR. Double R stands for race replica, in case you guys are wondering. A lot of people know that, but I thought I'd mention it. So we're gonna do, this is the walk around video. We're gonna talk about this bike front to back. There's been a lot of mods done to this bike. Since this is an older machine, it's got a full suspension done to it. It's got Brembo brakes. So we're gonna check it out, talk about this thing. I've had it a few times, so I'll talk about what it's like to ride it a bit too. And then we're also going to have a like a first impression ride review that I'm gonna do probably tomorrow, and a so you think you want a super bike, or so you think you want a 1000RR video. So we're gonna do a few of those, so check out the channel for those coming up after this, should be after this, and this is the walk around review. So let's get into it and talk about this. This is just an incredible looking machine, so let's get into it. All right guys, here we are with the 09 Repsol. This is a factory Repsol. You can tell usually by the VIN here, and the VIN, if the VIN's under about 1,000 or so, or 1,500 depending on the year, then you've got a Repsol, and it's in Repsol trim. Interesting enough, you can't get Repsol plastics, or you shouldn't be able to get them from Honda if it wasn't originally a Repsol bike. They won't sell them to you. So, interestingly enough, whether they still make these plastics or not from all these years ago, I don't know. But this bike is in really nice shape. A couple little imperfections there, you can see like scratches. But yeah, we got a beautiful night for this too. So as you can probably see, the differences I was talking about are the Ohlins and various braking components, including the master cylinder. So let's get into it here. And these bikes start the motor like we normally do. These bikes, super bikes have, well, these are super bikes back in the day. They're still incredibly fast. It's got an inline 4 here, and it's got about 175 horse and about 85 foot-pounds of torque. So that's plenty to get you where you need to go, and then some. If you've ever been on these bikes, you know that they are incredibly fast. So the front here, someone put the number 13 on this bike. It's on the rear end, under the tail too. Check this out, guys. Let's see, get out of the light here. So here is the Brembo calipers. This originally came with 4-piston. I think they were Tokikos originally, and Ohlins front shocks here. I think it's, did they replace the entire stanchion? I'm not sure, but that or this was applied as an applique, but this doesn't look like an apply. This looks like this was came on the fork that way. So I think someone replaced the entire front forks on this, and then did the Brembo calipers on both sides, of course, here. And then there's also a Brembo master cylinder right there, the 19 RCS. So someone put a lot of work into this machine, and I gotta say, these brakes feel absolutely incredible. This is a non-ABS model, and yeah, it's just absolutely incredible brake feel. We'll talk about that more on the first ride, the first impressions. But man, you apply this and you stop. You stop right away, obviously, but it's not super bitey like the ZX14, where it just bites immediately and it's scary. It's pretty progressive, but it also has a good amount of initial, lever feel. It's got Roadsport 2 tires, which are okay. They're not amazing tires, but for just riding around on the road, they're fine. But they're not like, hardcore sport tires or anything like that. If you're gonna do track days, you should really get something else. But for the road, they're perfectly fine. I prefer for road riding and like sporty road riding, like Conti Sport Attacks that I've been into recently. A little bit of scratching right there from a previous owner. I'm going to change out these grips because these are like pillow top grips. They're fine. They're just getting kind of worn looking, so I'm going to swap those out. Maybe for some Woodcraft grips, something like that. But otherwise, bike's really clean. These stock plastics are really like thick, really nice plastics, and the paint is pretty deep on these. Looks like whenever this happened, if this tip over here, there's like a little bit of mark right there that someone like painted over a little bit. So it must have been some type of a garage tip over or something at some point. I believe this is a full titanium acro system. You can tell here this is not badged, but you can tell by it's a titanium system because as I learned recently from a friend of mine, mechanic Austin, this, you can tell what kind of pipes you have, generally speaking, by the way they change color or blue. So when you're buying used bikes, see how these don't blue, they turn brown? That's usually titanium. And if they're all blued up and stuff, then you've got stainless. But yeah, this is all they bronze or brown up, and then you got titanium. So it's a full titanium acro system is what this probably is on here. It's not badged. But there was a different pipe, a little shorty that comes with this too, that came with this, but I took that off because it was extremely loud. And this is just throaty and good, and we're gonna listen to it here in a second. Here is the rear shock, the Ohlins here with the piggyback. That is preload adjustment there on that, I believe. And you've got your other adjustments you can do. Let's see here. Is that preload or compression right there? I'd have to look up online. Up here, you've got adjustment per side. So you've got preload on the big for each fork on the big adjustment here, and then you've got rebound and compression per fork. So they're individual. All right, let's get her started up. Listen to it. Here's the key turn. This bike has about 28,000 miles on it, which is you know, more than a lot of used bikes have up here up north in the Midwest, but it runs and starts really good. So I had it running earlier. Let's give it a start here. It's probably redlining this camera. So yeah, let's take a look here. This is I got a new rear sprocket and front sprocket for this, so I'm gonna replace that. Now, everything works, but see how the sprocket's starting to get worn down. The chain's in pretty good shape, so we'll probably keep the chain. I'll check that when we take it off, and we'll check the chain and see what kind of flex it has and stuff side to side to see what kind of shape it's in. I'll replace it if I need to. But yeah, we got new front and rear sprockets for this, and different grips. I got some different bars. I might leave these bars though. But yeah, this bike is an absolute blast to ride, as you can imagine. It's got tons and tons of power, and yeah, it's just a pretty wild machine, guys. This is just more than you need for the road, in my opinion. Like, it's a great machine, super fun. The pegs are pretty high. This is more comfortable than the R1 that I had, though, in my opinion. It is more comfortable than the R1, but it's just like it's a sporty riding position. This is what we're gonna go into in the next video about. So you want a super sport, or not a super sport. So you want a super bike. Super sports are 600s, or yeah. I mean, some 600s are still made, but that market's kind of dying. At least for the new bikes, it's going crazy on the used market. But yeah, so it's not exactly a comfortable place to sit for more than a half an hour, at least for me. But man, is it a blast if you live close to twisties and you can just get right on the twisties, or you're just gonna go to the track or something. I mean, it's an amazing weapon for that. Don't get me wrong, but it's just it's not exactly a comfortable road bike. And if you want to use, you're just gonna live in second and third gear, probably third gear most of the time, because if you're cranking it, you're up in the power band in second and third gear, you're at extra legal speeds already. So even the power band in first gear, you're doing 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, and your second and third, you're up above, by power band I mean above like 6, 7, 8,000 RPM. You're up there and you're already at extra legal speeds on these. So yeah, I mean, are they good road bikes? Some people say the 1000s are better road bikes because they have more low end grunt. I guess that's true if you want the mid-range grunt, but like, it's so hard to use the power in these bikes. When you're riding it, you can just tell that like you're not even coming close to like what this thing can do on the road. You're just not, especially with these tires too. You're not gonna, these tires aren't super amazing tires. They're perfectly fine for road riding, but they've never really let loose on me or anything. I mean, you know, I've just had some fun here in the back roads. But yeah, this is just an absolutely incredible machine, and it's so much bike, guys. These 1000cc race replicas are so much bike for the road, and they're don't get me wrong though, they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. So if you live in like a rural area, let's say where you aren't going to be how can you put this, blue lighted all the time and get pulled over a lot, if you're doing some faster than normally legal speeds, these are great. If you live in an area where the cops are extremely strict, and yeah, you're not going to have a great time, because tooling around on these at 30-40 miles an hour in a city, that's not where it's at, guys. It's at least not for me. This is a cool show bike. You know, if you're gonna get a Repsol and just like take it out to like shows and stuff, this is a great show bike. And yeah, cool talking, you know, talking piece and conversation piece. But we're kind of going too in depth here. Let me know what you guys think of these race replicas. And this is just, I mean, this is just an incredible looking machine. I love how this thing looks. I've always wanted a Repsol from when I was younger. I grew up in the I graduated back in the early 2000s from high school, and these were like, these were the thing back then. Like, this is an 09, but they were coming out back then too. They were just like, you were the boss if you had one of these. This and like the Hayabusa was like the thing back then. So let me know what you think of this bike, and we're gonna be having some more content coming out with this machine. It's pretty cool. So I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoy this this content. And thank you again for everybody who watches these videos on the regular and leaves comments. I appreciate it. And we will talk to you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.